Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is the BMW R90 build. It's quite ironic that when I first came on the channel, I think I was wearing this exact same get-up, barring the gloves, and we're back here now. So it's nearly been a year, and what a journey it's been. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is the BMW R90 build. It's quite ironic that when I first came on the channel, I think I was wearing this exact same get-up, barring the gloves, and we're back here now. So it's nearly been a year, and what a journey it's been. So thank you all for sticking around for this long. If you are new, welcome. The channel is called China Boarding Adventures, but in this one, it's getting colder. I've only got a few rides left at the end of the year, and then the body's going to get tucked away because it's pretty much running like an absolute dream, and I don't want to do any more modifications to it other than some paint work, which won't be done by me. What I decided to do is get hold of a BMW R series bike, and it's something for me to work on over the winter and turn this into, I want to say, a bobber. It is going to be a bobber. Let's not beat around the bush. Just so then, I've always wanted to try out a bobber. Again, I'm not going to do anything to my current T100 because I just love that bike. It's my first big bike and I'm going to keep it that way. So this next few weeks is all going to be about this bike. So if you're going to stick around for that, thank you very much. If you are new, like, subscribe, and you'll get more BMW content. And then next year you'll see more Triumph stuff as well. But for now, let's crack on with this build. So as a bit of a recap, I took all the fairings off yesterday, which are now here and here. So the rear is all come off as one, that's front fairing. And then we are left with this. So it is actually a mono lever. I'm gonna try and keep as much things standard as possible. So you see here with the new bars and then the grips. I might actually put the grey grips on the Triumph, if I'm honest, just to get rid of some of that brown. So yeah, playing around with that idea with a minute, but what I'm going to do is take off the headlight, the speedos, and then just give the bike a complete wipe down. You can see the tank's in pretty good condition, just needs a bit of a clean. Everything else, the idea that I'm going for is to clean up all this engine, make these black, and then probably to do something with the fins. But everything on this bike is standard. I like this, but I think I want a clear pipe or maybe a contrasting colour. I might go for like blue so it matches with the badge. And yeah, getting used to this. I've actually not ridden the bike yet, so the first time I'll be riding this bike will be around January time, to give you a bit of an idea about the scale of the job. Battery, that is connected at the minute because I'm just testing something out, but I will be disconnecting this before doing more work on it. But looking to relocate the battery underneath the frame and just tidying everything up really. So yeah, I'm going to disconnect the battery, get rid of all these wires, and then again sort all this front end out. Okay, so the first issue that I've got with this bike is it looks like these have been welded on. So I've actually no idea how I get these off. Maybe angle grind in and then the bar risers come off, because there's no other way I can see that they move. Okay, so the front of it is now coming off. I feel like I can get rid of the handlebar risers by removing this bolt. And then all this should then come off. But let's see. This is the whole reason why I got this bike, just to work on, but it's so well put together. And yeah, there's just a lot of parts. Okay, so the tank is off. I've managed to get all this off. Handlebars are now off. I've just not disconnected everything at the moment. Headlamp is off. All this is off. It needs such a good clean. I've got a drill bit just to get all this off, so I'm just not, to make it a little bit easier. So all this rust and all this stuff, all got to come off. Next job is to take off the front mudguard, and then the bike then will be pretty much stripped. And it's a case then of just removing the last few bits in terms of wires. Then I can really give this a good clean down. So I probably forgot to mention, I didn't drain the oil before I started anything. So I started to do that now because I was just about to take off the front engine casing. And then something clicked in my head, drain the oil, idiot. I've now just labelled everything up. See, that's the analog speed sensor. It's moving on to a digital one, but I've labelled it up anyway, just so it's there. Speedometers, headlights, front brake, all that kind of stuff, just to make sure I know what I'm doing. Yes, tank is on the floor, but I'm going to move that in a minute, and I'm going to the skip once I get hold of the car to start making some more room, throwing these tyres out, all that kind of stuff. So that's where I've been kneeling. But handlebars are still connected, because what I don't want to do is lose any brake fluid or anything at the minute. So that's still there and connected. Everything's done. The bike is in a pretty horrid state, so I'm glad I'm changing the bars, but like everything underneath is just pitted and rusted and everything, so this needs a really good clean, which is why I'm taking the engine covers off so I can sand them down, give them a repaint, and then see what happens with that. So that's what it was like before. It's been scrubbed to an inch of its life, washed, degreased, dried, everything. That's what the top cover looks like now. So you can see what colour this was before. It must have been like a polished silver, and you can see this colour now. So yeah, needs some proper degreaser and a good wash, but I've taken the electrics and things off now, so just need to think about how I'm going to do that, because with the hosepipe ban in the UK, couldn't clean down the bike as good as I wanted to, but for the minute it's just getting into all these little bits before my power tool bits come. And then yeah, this isn't coming off the bike, so I need to tape all this stuff up, and then it'll be a paint job on that one. But this is the thing with this, it's kind of thinking to keep the fins the silver colour, so I'll have to sand that to an inch of its life and then black everything else out. But I think it'll look pretty cool. So obviously this isn't by any stretch the final product, but I just wanted to see the different colours, what it looked like. I used this on my Triumph before I handed it over to the custom shop, and yeah, they've been sanded down, kind of half-assed at this point, just testing out the colour, which actually I really like. So when they dry, I'm going to mock them back up on the bike, and then see how it looks. My plan is, I think, to get some sanding paper, and then have that silver on the rest of the engine case. It's black, I think. But yeah, it's a good test so far. Pleased with the colour. Yeah, you can obviously tell with the rundowns and stuff that my sanding wasn't great, but on that one it actually doesn't look that bad. So I'm pretty pleased with them so far. So we can either go all black. Obviously that still needs a rear spray, but you can see the colour of the engine and the colour that is now. The front actually I'm really happy with. It just needs the rest of it doing. So these are going to be black. Cabs I might do black. Just taping everything up just to make sure. Or we can have black and silver BMW. I think that's the one that I like. It looks like they've already tried painting this, or just painted over all the screws, because this is just painted over. There's some other things that were painted over, so it just looks like they've tidied it up to maybe sell it. So I'm quite glad I've done this, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of the stuff now that I thought would be an easy mask job and paint over isn't going to happen. But yeah, this needs to come off because I'm going to relocate the battery anyway. Airbox I'm not going to remove just yet, but we'll see what that looks like later. But yeah, so far so good. Just these niggly little bits need to come off. I had to hack off the air filter because it was absolutely welded on from that bolt. So I had to cut it to pieces because where the joints were, couldn't get a tool in to get it, so I had to chop a window in, get my tool in, and then really just get it out. But this side was absolutely fine. That side was an absolute nightmare. You can see here all this stuff, just yeah, horrible. So getting all this out, give the old girl a nice clean, and then she'll be ready for painting once everything's been sanded and yeah, cleaned. Just be nice and lovely, and then get all this black as well as these. So this is the bike. It's had its first coat of paint. I'm still waiting for a sander to get rid of this stuff, and then that's going to be all gloss. But engine wise, it's done in terms of the first one. I do take the covers off and spray everything. So that's ready now for a wet sand and then do it again. The battery box, this is what I had to cut open to get into that stupid corroded bolt. So at the minute, the battery box is just kept in place by that. And I've also ordered a cover, a rear end cover, so the continuation of this line will keep going and have like a nice like rounded cover, and that's where I'm going to hide the battery. Initially I was going to put it on the bottom, but I figured that's a good place to keep it. And then yeah, I just need to get the sander and stuff for that. That's why there's carrier bags in there, because I don't want anything falling down. But so far so good. Handlebar, they're going to be changed to black, and obviously this one is cleaning up, but I might go for grey grips to go with the white tank, if I'm honest, rather than black. But micro switches are in. I just need to figure out a way to sync these up and start playing around with the electrics.